And you did. Yo, how do you feel about when people talk about heat culture?
How do I feel?
Yeah, about like,
I feel like heat coaches, you get out what you put into it. You can't just come down to Miami and think that you're going to have the impact of the culture if you don't put the work in to have the impact of the culture. Like that has to be a lifestyle for you to get the full impact of that. You can't be 1 foot in, 1 foot out. You got to be 4 feet in. You got to commit to that. You got to commit to the body fat. You got to commit to the work ethic. You got to commit to the sacrifice. You can't come in one day willing to sacrifice on Tuesday and then come in on Thursday like that. I want to get mine today. Like these are the things you have to commit to. You have to commit to enjoying others' success, even if it ain't your day. You know what I'm saying? You have to commit to these things. And the problem is people are committed to these things until they're not.
Until it's inconvenient to them.
Yeah. You're committed to it at first when everything is going well.
Right.
And then when it's not going well, then you're not committed to the habits. You're not committed to the body fat. You're not committed to enjoying other people's success. That's the first thing you see when somebody take your playing time. Now you ain't cheering for the other. No, you got to cheer for the other because when it comes back around and it's his turn to play, you got to cheer for him. And the perfect example I can give you is myself and Shane Battier. It was the playoffs. And the playoffs, me and Shane didn't know who was going to play or who was going to start. It was either going to be me or him. But no matter who started, we always walked up to each other. We had a special handshake we used to do. It was like strength and honor. And I knew I probably wasn't going to play. Yeah, strength and honor, like Gladiator. Shane, strength and honor. Shout out Shane-O. Yeah. Because I knew I wasn't going to play that night, but he knew I had his back. And I was a sacrifice because I want to play. I don't want to sit on no bench. Like I want to be out there. So like heat coaches committing to doing the things that are uncomfortable and that are not about you. You know what I'm saying? But if you can commit to it, you can get 15 guys in the locker room, which is hard to commit to it, then you see the results that you can have. But if one guy is not committed and one chain is like a link, the bike ain't gonna go nowhere because there's one link missing. So it has to be a total commitment. And that's the only way it's gonna work.
And it's super sustainable because the guy up top, we talk about the Godfather and Sonny, Pat Riley, the Godfather. There is no slippage.
Yeah,
you ain't buying into the heat culture. Yeah.
Exactly. And
so
that's what people don't understand is it has to be a completely locker room overhaul of everybody being invested in it. And if it doesn't, then it's not going to work. You know what I'm saying? And when I was in that locker room, I was quick to say to certain people, this ain't the place for you. It's no disrespect. Respectfully, this ain't the place for you. You soft. You don't mind losing because we keep a chart. If we go play and we have a practice, we keep a chart. Who won one-on-ones? Who won 5-on-5s? Who won the defensive drill? If you get to you ain't won all day and that don't bother you, this ain't the place for you.
That's real.
Like, this ain't the place for you. You got your ass tore up today. This ain't the place for you. I used to go play one-on-one with Jimmy Butler every day, and people think that I'm expecting the Jimmy to be, hell no, I wanted to win. Jimmy cooked my ass, I go home, and that bothers me to the next day.
Yeah.
It does.
Yeah.
And I won some games. I went up there to get punched on by Jimmy Butler. I ain't no punching bag.
His old ass playing ones with Jimmy Butler. Huh? His old ass playing ones with Jimmy Butler. That's funny.
Boy, go find the footage. What you talking about? What the footage at, boy?
Well, I know you gonna grind it out.
See my last game?
We ain't getting no younger, coach.
That was just a small sample size.
You seen his last game of his career?
No.
Man, go pull footage up. Make sure we play. Them was ice cold his last game. Dusted him off, bro.
Hey, listen.
Dusted his ass off when I
went out with 24 of them things.
Yeah, 24.
I was like,
hitting tray balls, dunking. I said, gosh, damn, father time.
And that's also heat culture because I never played I very rarely played in the last 3 or 4 years, probably 5 years. Yeah. But guess what? Every day I was in the best shape. Every day I was working with those guys. Every day I was invested just making small deposits. So when my time did come, even though it was the last game of the whole season, well, not the last game of the season, last game before we went into the playoffs, when my time did come, everybody in that locker room cheered for me. Yeah. Everybody, because I did the same thing for them all season. You know what I'm saying?
I was running around my cousin's house going crazy watching that shit on TV.
Yeah, man, I was like,
I played for Stan Van Gundy, so I got some heat coach. Like he had that same philosophy over there. So because when I had that stress before I tore my Achilles, I felt my game changing because, like you just said, everybody was 10 toes down.
It's a habits thing, dog.
He was so detailed, man.
You take that outside of basketball and apply it, and it works.
Yeah. Yes.
The commitment, commitment of it, the habits that you build.
Facts.
Being able to do the uncomfortable things. What I tell people and I tell young fellas is everything you want in life, I don't give a fuck if it's basketball, I don't give a fuck if it's money, it's on the other side of doing the hard.
Yeah.
You got to go through the hard to get there.
Yeah.
Everything you want in life is on the other side of that. So you're going to cross that bridge. How you going to cross that bitch? You're going to swim. You're going to get it, whatever you do. But you got to get through that to get to where you want to go. And that's part of heat culture, dog.
Yeah.
I got a question for you. Okay. Talk about tough crowd.
Yeah.
Clothing line.
How do I get some of
The
that?
thought process. Oh, I was going to get that.
Okay.
Listen, we love free too. But, but no, talk about the thought process and where did that come from?
So, like I said, I tore my Achilles. I was coming back. I played for the Knicks, and then I ended with the Wizards, and then I took a trip to China. When I took a trip to China, I found out how big our culture was, like in fashion. So I'm just like, yo, this is crazy. Like, you know, they dressing like us, dressing better than us.
Yes.
The hip hop music, just everything culture-wise was over there in China. I'm like, I have to start a brand. So I come back, we're just sitting around, and I'm like, man, we need to start a brand. And we called it Tough Crowd. Like I just like the name Tough Crowd because I'm like, well, my life was a tough crowd at this point. Tore my Achilles, had to go to China. I don't know if I'm gonna still play basketball. I'm dealing with this. I'm dealing with so much, and I'm just like, yeah, this just fits me. And then the biggest thing about a brand is you need a logo. So I needed something tough. I needed something like aggressive because I'm, you know, at the same time I'm dealing with a lot of emotions. I'm angry.
Yeah.
So I'm like, and then I found the first protective dog, which is a Doberman.
Wow. I didn't know that. I didn't know Doberman was the first protective dog.
Yeah, it's like the first hostile.
I didn't know that.
So then we found that out. I mean, we figured that out, and then it's the selfie era, right? So you know the selfie era. So I'm like, well, how do I get my brand out there? I'm like, well, why don't we put Tough Crowd on the collar, right here, stitch on the collar, right? So everybody at this area, you know, they take a selfie. So the first year, I'm just giving out shirts, just to see if people even post it. The next thing you know, I just started getting people posting with the Tough Crowd on it. And then that's how we.
Where you get it at right now? Where can I get it?
Toughcrowd.com. But for you guys, you just give me your number and I'll
make sure you guys at home can see it though.
Let him spend some of that money.
I would love to.
Okay.
I support shit. I think it's really tough.
Give me some shit too while you at it.
I got you, coach.
Put it on that black card.
But yeah, man, starting Tough Crowd has been great. Like you said, heat culture. You know, being able to be around Stan Van Gundy and being able to see that has been able to help me too in my life outside of basketball.
You had to have a vision, dog. That's
the
crazy.
details.
The vision, that's where it started at. You know what I'm saying? Putting it on the collar, the selfie, like that's thought into that. You know, I would have never thought of that.
Today's episode is proudly brought to you by our guys at Morgan & Morgan. It's America's largest personal injury law firm. They started out here in Florida 30 years ago and now are helping people across all 50 states. Morgan & Morgan is always for the people and have your back when it comes to fighting to get you full and fair compensation. As athletes, we have faced our fair share of injuries. That's why we know how difficult it is to get back out there after an injury. The team and the support behind you matter. And submitting an injury claim with Morgan & Morgan is free and easy. It just takes 8 clicks or less from the comfort of your own couch to get started. If you're ever injured, you can check out Morgan & Morgan. Their fee is free unless they win. For more information, go to forthepeople.com/theOGs or dial pound law. That's pound 529 from your cell phone. That's forthepeople.com/theOGs or pound law, pound 529 from your cell phone. This, my friends, is a paid advertisement.
Who's scoring big this NBA season? You are, with all new ways to get in on the action with my partners at DraftKings Sportsbook.
From Monster Slams to Dishing the Rock and to Cleaning the Glass, get behind your favorite players and the prop bets you can make on DraftKings, the home of the NBA player props.
Here's something special for all you first-timers out there. New DraftKings customers bet $5 to get $150 in bonus bets instantly.
Love the thrill of live betting? DraftKings has got you covered. Bet live on in-progress games right as they happen, making watching the game that much more exciting. If sports betting is not yet available in your state, don't worry. You can still join in on all the fun with DraftKings Daily Fantasy and have a shot to win cash prizes.
Take it to the rack with DraftKings Sportsbook. Download the DraftKings app now and sign up using code OGs. The crown is yours.
That's promo code OGs only at DraftKings Sportsbook.